Love. It's the most powerful thing there is. It's an emotion that can make a person do things against their own human nature. It brings out aspects that may be buried deep down or unknown to oneself, and is something that as people we can't allow ourselves to become numb to, as it is one of the essential essences of the human experience. The world of Shinobi isn't a world of many emotions. It's a sacrifice of personal want and ambition for the greater good of your nation. There are no friends. There's no family. There might be people close to you, but you have to be willing to cut those ties if need be. It's a life that treads down a path of darkness and despair, and we've seen many people lose themselves within it. So why is it in the world of Shinobi that the most important thing is an emotion that goes against what it all stands for? Love can allow the impossible to become possible. It just takes one person and their drive to make a difference. A light in a world of darkness. When watching Naruto, I felt my soul resonate entirely in many ways. But it was the unwavering love that Naruto showed towards Sasuke that moved me in a way that I thought was indescribable. How can someone feel so motivated and determined for the betterment of another person despite that feeling clearly not being reciprocated? I wanted the answer so badly. The more I dwelled and pondered on the notion, I realized exactly how. In the words of Aristotle, life is too short for shallow friendships. Aware of it or not, Naruto understood how important friendship is. Not just that, Sasuke was someone that understood Naruto more than anyone else could, and vice versa. Sasuke is an example of the realistic outcome that lies due to the tendencies we possess as people. In the battle between one with their ego and superego, Sasuke displays this in a fashion that's relatable. In a way, Naruto is catered for the viewers to see themselves as Sasuke. His actions throughout the course of the story are those that are similar to how most people would react. Revenge, acting out of anger, feeling that one must handle their emotions and their problems alone. Sasuke is human nature. We are Sasuke. Yes, it is important to overcome negative aspects that we might deal with, but it doesn't mean we necessarily have to do it by ourselves. Naruto never gave up on Sasuke. There was never a moment when Naruto lost hope for Sasuke. That speaks volumes about the person that Naruto is. The world is designed for us to lose the purity that we are born with. That innocence that looms so bright, many fall victim to the world that extinguishes that light. Naruto had every reason to turn out like how Sasuke did. The village chastised him, outcasted him, and treated him like a monster. It's easy to give in to those words that are constantly spewed at you. But Naruto didn't let that affect his reality. The reality that he is more than just what lives inside of him. That he is a person worthy of love and able to love. And the reason he was able to continue pushing was due to another child that he was able to relate with. Another child that shared that same burden that he carried. Unaware of it as children, Sasuke and Naruto were each other's best friends, and they loved each other. The competitive nature that they shared was through love. The divide between the two was created due to Sasuke feeling inferior to Naruto, not because he was envious of Naruto's success. It was actually the opposite. Sasuke admired Naruto, but he was jealous that he couldn't be like him. He couldn't live his life with that same vibrant smile because that light that Naruto possessed no longer dwelled in Sasuke. It was extinguished when his brother killed his clan. The more Naruto grew, the more distance he made between Sasuke. The only person he could find refuge in was getting farther and farther away. In order to stay close to Naruto and not be left behind was to get stronger, and so Sasuke acted out of his own human nature. While one person, Naruto, was driven by love, Sasuke was driven by the selfishness of human nature. He made his entire life purpose to kill his brother, to get revenge for the pain that was caused to him, and to become stronger than Naruto, to get back at the cruel world that ruined his life. Naruto wanted to break that cycle, to create a world where no one has to go through what he had to experience. And the only way he could do that was by saving his best friend, not allowing him to lose himself in the darkness that surrounds the shinobi world. Everything Naruto did made his light grow brighter, but everything Sasuke endured made him fall deeper into the endless abyss of darkness that latched onto him, until the boiling point when he found out the truth surrounding his brother, losing grasp of who he is as a person. The one thing that Naruto didn't want to happen to his best friend was already underway. Learning that not only did Sasuke kill Orochimaru and Itachi, but joining the Akatsuki gave Naruto insurmountable pain, as he felt the one person he loved more than anyone else was going down a path that he could never come back from. While everyone else gave up on Sasuke and labeled him an enemy, Naruto held on to his belief that his best friend was still there. The friendship that existed between them wasn't shallow, but one that tied their souls to each other. Naruto knew what Sasuke was going through at every moment because he was close himself to doing those exact things. Against pain, Naruto almost lost himself, but was able to stay true to who he was. Albeit, he had the help of his father, but that just fused Naruto even more. He had help along the way from others to help shoulder that burden that he carried. Iruka, Kakashi, Jiraiya were all people who were instrumental in Naruto staying on the correct path. Sasuke didn't have that luxury, and Naruto was aware of that. All that pain, burden, and emotions that Sasuke was bottling to himself, Naruto wanted to shoulder it, and he was the only one that could. Sasuke made many decisions that contradicted one another, which was fueled by the constant change in his life. His entire will to live was not just gone with the death of his brother, but didn't hold value after knowing the truth. He was lost, swaying from one side to the other, acting out of emotion and not by reason, willing to kill those that meant a lot to him because they brought out emotions he felt as a child, emotions that he couldn't handle because they made him stand before himself, something he wasn't able to do. He couldn't face the true Sasuke, so he ran away, and if he had to get rid of those he loved, then so be it. The lies of believing that he wasn't worthy of love already manifested into truth for him. A truth that wasn't mutual to Naruto. A truth that was put to the test when the two of them faced off for what could be the final time in the final valley. The first fight as children was very different from their last one. Neither of them was mature enough to grasp how each other felt. Sasuke never understood that Naruto loved him, while Naruto only had resolve, and it wasn't strong enough to bring Sasuke back home. They both lacked communication, something that Naruto developed and made evident in this fight, continuously stating his reasoning for fighting Sasuke and being aware of the special friendship the two of them shared. The strongest blows Naruto dealt weren't physical, but were from what he would say to Sasuke. Naruto was the only one who can break Sasuke down and talk to the inner person that resided within. It was a final attempt from a friend to reach out to someone that he loved so much. Laying on the verge of death, Naruto and Sasuke weren't just beside each other, but were able to put their feelings on the line. It was at that moment that Sasuke finally understood all that effort that Naruto had put into trying to bring his best friend home and save him from going to a place where there was no coming back from. Despite all that may have happened between them, how much Sasuke refused to accept the genuine love and efforts that Naruto displayed, it wasn't strong enough to get rid of him. The light overcame the darkness. Even after Sasuke covered his hands in blood, Naruto loved him unconditionally. Loved him in a way that was only familiar through his brother Itachi. Everything made sense. It all came full circle. And it was all due to Naruto not giving up on his best friend. We can take something away from Naruto. Love isn't enough. There needs to be effort and genuine care put into those that we love. Sakura loved Sasuke, but that wasn't able to bring Sasuke back to the Hidden Leaf. Naruto put his life on the line multiple times for his friend. He broke barrier after barrier to reach Sasuke and make it known how much he loves him and what he means to him. It made Sasuke face himself and realize who he is, what he wanted to be as a child, what Itachi envisioned for him. He lost his path, but not entirely, and it was because of Naruto. Loving someone isn't enough, but putting that love into action is. Now, this is an extreme case, but there should never be a moment when you give up on those that you love. That's what I learned from Naruto. No matter what the issue may be, genuine love and care can turn around any situation. It's not our responsibility to save someone, but we can do everything in our power to prevent them from being swallowed by darkness. Love is stronger than hate. Light washes away the darkness. Don't undermine the impact you can have on a loved one. You could be somebody's Naruto.
No way. Your dying isn't gonna settle things. If you're willing to die, then live and help me instead. What I want to do is get all shinobi to cooperate, and that definitely includes you.
Just because you want that doesn't mean the others will.
Damn it! Go ahead, keep whining and sulking. I'll hit you again.
Also, there's no guarantee I won't oppose you.
Then I'll just stop you again. Besides, I know you won't do that anymore.
How can you be sure?
Look, don't make me repeat myself. Come on, are you seriously not getting it yet? Come to think of it, you were always pretty dense.